Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Wife Kills Husband After He Finds Out the Truth on Facebook. Let's get right into it.
Private school, expensive. Private hospital, expensive. Private jet, expensive. But you want my private part for free? Hey!
A quiet Mississippi neighborhood was left in disbelief on the morning of February 23, 2025, when police responded to a distress call from the 5300 block of Hollow Drive. The call was from a 30-year-old woman and nurse who had just shot her husband immediately after he found her Facebook account password. When the officers arrived at the scene, they found a man shot dead in his own home. His wife was on the floor, covered in the victim's blood, trying to save him. This is the disturbing story of a woman who hid too much on Facebook, so much that her husband would rather die than know the truth.
Like, I'm picky with my gay. That's the thing. I'm not gay for everybody. Very picky. Like, when ugly girls find out I'm gay, they be like, "You gay?" I be like, "Nah." Has absolutely nothing to do with you.
33-year-old Domain Reed was a native of Atlanta, Georgia, but moved to Jackson, Mississippi, not knowing how his fate would take a drastic turn. Was known to be a good man who tried several jobs to make money, with strong opinions and one with firm boundaries in his relationships. Unknown to him, he was about to encounter a relationship that would change his story for the better. During those times Domain was working, he met 30-year-old Rashawn Wallace, an aspiring rapper who was free-spirited.
Hey, cost a lot of money just to drip like this. Woo! Watch my kicks. These double C's on my feet. Better not play with me. It costs when you f***ing with me. These stay fucking for free. Ho, get the f*** off my line. You petty, you wasting your time. Finna let you speak to the line. I'ma pull up with the stick that spit. Chopper got a kick, it's gon' spray your ass down. Ayy, and you know I won't miss. Weak ass hoes ain't talking my shit. You know I'ma pop my shit. Puss ass hoe, you can't stop shit.
Rashawn seemed like a good lady, sociable, and Domain was captivated by her drive to push, even though she wasn't excelling as a rapper. Rashawn never gave up on life. She eventually went into nursing school and graduated as a registered nurse under the state law. While this seemed normal to the hustling mind, it wasn't to Domain, and just like a flash, something mysterious happened. Domain fell in love. Domain loved Rashawn so much and was very proud of her. They eventually got married. Shortly after, they had kids. Domain was a devoted father who cared for his family. As a father, he made sure he provided everything for his kids. He was also a good husband to his wife.
You can't judge. Look, you're not even looking at the road.
Watch the road. Watch the road.
Bro, how you driving? You just turning shit on. Dawson, we gotta turn. We gotta turn.
Turn.
We gotta turn.
Stop. And as someone who had life all planned out, Domain was able to make generational wealth for himself, although his source of income wasn't known. Domain and Rashawn maintained a social media appearance in which they looked so good together. The pair loved each other a lot that they posted pictures of themselves together. Domain would gush about how beautiful Rashawn looked and how lucky he was to have her. Rashawn, on the other hand, made love-rendering posts about her husband, which made many envious of their marriage. However, things began to change. Little did Domain know Rashawn's true self. Rashawn was so obsessed with the internet that it began to affect their marriage. It was recorded by some friends that they noticed brewing tension growing between them. Rashawn's expanding network of online contacts became a bone of contention between the two. Domain, who was...
You know, it's so sad because this dude seems like an innocent, well-meaning dude, and he marries essentially a social media thought who thinks she's a rapper who sucks at rapping. By the way, female rappers so trash these days. Yo, pull up in the block, shoot a stick. These pussy bitches ain't shit. These pussy bitches ain't got shit on me. Not even that talented, yo. It's like pathetic. Seriously, like, and this is why, you know, I don't want to say it's his fault, but like, bro, what? Like, rest in peace to you, my brother. Like, but why did you choose her? Why, dog? It's not like she's not pretty. She's not talented. She's not like she's smart. That's what's worse. I mean, at least if you're gonna get murdered by a girl, at least get murdered by a girl who, like, you know, was deadly gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It's something, right? Like, I'm trying to pay respect to him. I'm just saying, like, I want this. Hopefully, this could be a lesson to other men who gotta be worried about this. I'm worried about this. Everybody knows I'm a firearm owner, right? So I don't want no weird ass girls in my crib trying shit. So this is why I lean on God. If you don't lean on God, you ain't gonna have nothing. The word tells us how to move, how to carry ourselves. I can't be with a woman who doesn't lean on the word. If she leans on the world and let the world tell you how to carry yourself, then yeah, she's gonna be Instagram thought, a shitty ass city girl rapper. It ain't nothing positive gonna come out of this. And it seems like this dude's genuinely in love. He seems like he loves her more than she loves him. He seems like he's really obsessed about her. He seems like he's really crazy about her. And man, this is what I'm trying to say. You can't be obsessed by a girl. That doesn't mean she actually cares about you. It doesn't mean that.
Comfortable with the increasing friend requests, as her husband raised his concerns, and most times it led to the couple having constant fights and arguments. Rashawn, who seemed less concerned, tagged it as a means to strong network building as a nurse, not knowing it could be a trigger to Domain losing his life. That Sunday morning, just like every Sunday morning in the streets of Jackson, Mississippi, the streets seemed quiet as people were preparing to go to church, some hanging out with family, others exchanging waves while glancing through their newspapers. Meanwhile, in their home, Domain was going through Rashawn's phone on Facebook when he saw a friend request notification. Earlier that day, Rashawn was scrolling through her phone, which is a common routine for people in this generation. A request popped up and she quickly accepted the requests without hesitation, adding to the already existing friends on her Facebook account. Soon after, Domain entered the room. He was in the kitchen making coffee when he heard the notification sound. The excitement Rashawn gave him moved him to confront the situation. Domain asked who the friend request was from, and Rashawn downplayed it, saying it was just random and didn't actually mean anything. Domain, who wasn't satisfied with Rashawn's answer, asked for the phone. She declined at first, but later gave in. Ever since he noticed that, Domain had been so restless that one thought, and only one thought, passed through his mind: to check Rashawn's phone and clear his doubts. Domain then checked her activity and saw the Facebook friend request that popped up earlier. By 9:15 a.m., things were already getting heated up. Domain, furious, asked Rashawn about the connection with the new friend. Domain asked Rashawn why she never mentioned the person before. Rashawn, on the other hand, was getting surprised as to why such a trivial issue was slowly becoming a big deal. But unknown to her, it went far beyond that. Domain had kept his pain silent for a long time, and the reason wasn't far-fetched. He had watched his sweetheart Rashawn giggle and get excited when she was on the phone. He didn't feel like her source of happiness anymore. She seemed to gain joy from social media and being one emotional figure. This pained Domain dearly. However, saying this to Rashawn didn't make Domain feel any better. In fact, Rashawn's response was one that could be classified as what made matters worse. Rashawn denied every allegation, labeling them as mere misinterpretations from an overthinking and overprotective man. The argument continued and was so intense that neighbors heard vividly but were too scared to intervene. While they were arguing, Rashawn had allegations of hers to deliver. She claimed Domain's behavior had changed and that he was becoming aggressive. And while it could be said that she was being defensive, Domain actually showed signs of aggressiveness right on the spot, and he stood pointing at her in a manner that suggested aggressiveness. Rashawn, feeling trapped in a corner and defenseless, drew closer to the nightstand drawer in their bedroom. She then picked up a handgun as a form of defense, not knowing that her impulsive decision could forever change their lives. Rashawn, whose sole intention was to scare Domain away, reached for a handgun. This was a terrible mistake, as situations like this in times past involving other people often led to casualties. But for some reason, Rashawn believed hers would be different, so she did it anyway. She pointed it straight at Domain, asking him to back up, and like we said earlier, hoping it would scare him away. Domain, who saw it as though his wife was bluffing, kept advancing towards her in an attempt to scare him further away. Rashawn fired at the roof as a warning sign, but surprisingly, the neighbors who heard the sound made no attempt to alert the police. This was one grave mistake on their part. After the shot, Rashawn was expecting Domain to move backwards in shock, scared by the shot on the roof. But how wrong she was. Domain, only more enraged, asked her if she felt it scared him, and made a more intentional effort, charging at her aggressively and fighting for the gun. In an attempt to collect the gun, Rashawn pulls the trigger again, but this time it strikes through the sternum and gets to Domain's heart, making him drop down immediately to the ground. Rashawn quickly drops the gun, advancing towards him to perform the necessary first aid treatment as a nurse, but the blood was spreading so fast. Rashawn immediately calls in the police, frightened and in shock while performing CPR on him. Dispatch asked she continue resuscitation until help arrived, but they were close to 10 minutes away. Rashawn kept pressing against his wounds, begging him not to die, but by the time the paramedics arrived, it was too late. Domain Reed was pronounced dead at the scene. The Facebook friend request, which was a baseless issue, ended up leading to the death of her husband. A once happy home turned into a crime scene. The once quiet Brook Hollow Drive was swamped with the police as Rashawn was led out of their home in handcuffs as neighbors watched in shock. Little did they know that their once quiet morning would end in tragedy. At that point, it dawned on Rashawn in split seconds how her life and the life of her children had changed over a Facebook friend request while covered with her husband's blood. Domain, not knowing his fate shortly after making coffee, being triggered by the once social media which was their safe place, would have avoided every physical confrontation leading to his death. Rashawn, on the other hand, who was a trained nurse at that time, forgot about her training, giving into fear and anxiety, ended up losing all she had built over the years, her family, her career, and she was now turned into a killer. The house was immediately restricted. The 9-inch handgun, which was registered in Domain's name for self-defense, was used against him by his own wife. Also, her phone was collected.
That is literally one of my biggest concerns. I won't say fear, because I don't fear man. The only thing I fear is God. One of the things, my biggest concerns is that there's women out here that think guns are toys. You don't play with guns, and you definitely don't point guns at your relatives and your loved ones. Again, this is a last resort. There's so many things she could have done before that. It's not even funny. Now, let's talk about where both of them are wrong. Let's start with him, because we're going to hold men responsible. That's just what we do. Never go through anybody's phone. I know people love the phone thing. My personal thing is, if somebody wants to cheat on me and they want to cheat on me, even if I don't want them to, they have a right to their own privacy. I look at people's phone like an extension of themselves. So this whole, go through your phone, go through my phone thing, I'm not with none of that. I'm just not, because you don't know if she's planning, like, for example, if you go to someone's phone, you don't know. First of all, you're not entitled to all the things they got going on. You don't own them. They don't own you. I just think that people, they're allowed to have their own lives in that way, where if she wants to talk shit about you behind your back, or she's having a conversation with her family about something private, or maybe she's even planning a surprise for you. And I'm only saying that because I don't want nobody going through my phone. I don't want my girl going through my phone, blah, blah. I don't want to play this whole, you go through my phone. I don't want to play that everybody got to live on eggshells. Like, that's a toxic environment to be in, and I don't want to be in it. So I ain't going to put nobody else in it, me personally. Don't understand why some people might do it. I get it. Yeah, you guys trust each other. You don't got any fears or whatever. But he went to her phone, and look what happened. So, because ultimately, if you find something, now what? Now what? You going to leave her? Why don't you just, if you're suspicious of her doing something, just leave. If I feel like my wife's cheating on me, I don't really need evidence. And I'm only saying that to say that if I suspect it, and I'm not saying I can't be wrong about that, but I'm just trying to say, like, I probably have pretty good discernment. I wouldn't just randomly think my wife's cheating. Now, here's the flip side. I might not think my wife's cheating and she could be cheating. Right? But I'm not going to live my life searching for something I don't want to be true. Like, why would I do that? Like, there's no reason to do that. Now, on her, You know, here's a woman who was a shitty rapper, basic. She's average at best in looks. It looks like she probably had prior kids prior to him. They got a kid together. You're a mother now. Okay, your rap career didn't work out, but you got your nurse degree. I mean, anytime I hear a girl get a nurse degree, like, yo, you just monkey see monkey. Women literally just do everything other women do. It's like no creativity, no originality, nothing. Just, oh, I'll be a nurse. I'll be like, it's like, I'll do one of the jobs every girl does. I'm going to have tattoos and do everything every girl does. Like, I really personally want a girl that could think for herself. I hate this kind of group thing, but whatever. You got your nurse degree and it worked, then now you're a nurse. You can make some decent money. Okay. You're going to blow it just because you want to point guns at people? Like, bro, our community, the culture's all effed up, bro. This whole, like, guns are nothing to play with. They're not. They're nothing to play with, yo. This is why when I pick a girl, it's going to be really important because I don't want her playing with it, bro. I'm not just like the slightest thing, like the first sign of she trying to do something, bro, something's going on, bro. Like that, you can't even, that kind of scenario where there's absolutely zero, I have zero tolerance for that. None whatsoever. I don't play with that, yo. You don't play with guns. You just don't. So many people don't understand how many people get murked for playing. Guns are nothing to play with. I can't stress that. You don't play with it. You just don't play with it. And you definitely don't point at somebody. Unless you're willing to destroy them. 4 gun safety rules. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Don't point at anything you don't want to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger. And know your target. All that says right there. Don't play with it. Don't play. Don't play with none of these, yo. We got this to protect us. Like, she's turning his own pistol against him. Oh my God. Anyway, bro. And he didn't even find anything, right? He accusing her of something. Nothing was found. Like, Jay-Z was right, man. Nobody wins when the family feuds. The family feuding, nobody's winning. The kids are now orphans. The daddy's dead. She's in jail. I mean, like, what is the upside of this? Over a simple argument, bro? We really need emotional intelligence. We really need to learn that violence is not the answer when we're upset. We gotta learn that, yo. This is why a feminine, friendly woman is the only woman to date. Because if she's feminine and she's friendly, she won't play like this, yo. I need women to really respect things, yo. Y'all do not respect these things, yo. You gotta have respect for firearms. And the fact that, you know, if used properly, it saves lives. But using properly, it could cost you yours. So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? This is just horrible. I hate to see stuff like this. Men, be very careful the woman you choose. You know, literally judge her by everything you see. Like, to me, I would never date a rapper. If a girl rapping and she rapping by pointing guns and she gonna shoot people, she ain't never gonna miss. Nah, she ain't for me. She ain't for me, bro. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.